The evening started like so many others. I had booked a table at her favorite restaurant, hoping it might give us a chance to reconnect. The air was filled with the warm scent of roasted garlic and fresh bread, comfort food I thought would soften her mood. She looked stunning across from me, her hair perfectly styled, her dress chosen with care. For a moment, I thought maybe this night could remind us of what we once shared. But when I reached for her hand, she hesitated. The look in her eyes told me this wouldn't be an ordinary dinner. We placed our orders, though she hardly glanced at the menu. Her fingers drummed nervously against the table, her wine glass trembling as she lifted it. I tried to ease the silence with small talk, work, the kids, even our upcoming trip, but it was clear her mind was elsewhere. Finally, she set her glass down, folded her hands together, and looked at me as if preparing to weather a storm. "There's something I need to tell you," she said, her voice tense. My chest tightened, but I stayed quiet, waiting. She drew in a sharp breath, then let the words spill. "I've been seeing someone else. For 4 months. Time seemed to stop. My fork froze in midair, and the restaurant's chatter faded into a dull echo. She didn't cry, didn't apologize, she didn't even flinch. She just stared at me, defiant, as though daring me to explode, to shout, to give her the dramatic scene she'd rehearsed in her head. I studied her for a long moment. Then I slowly set my fork down, placed my napkin on the table, and leaned back in my chair. My calmness unsettled her. She shifted, clearly expecting rage. Instead, I asked quietly, "Did you really think this would break me?" Her eyes widened, startled. My voice was steady, low, barely audible over the noise of the room. But the weight of my words hit harder than any outburst could. Her confidence faltered. She had braced herself for anger, maybe even tears, but not this. She scrambled for excuses, her bravado slipping away. "It just happened. You've been so distant." "I didn't plan it," she stammered, her voice shaking. I sipped my water, watching her unravel. Then I said, "You've thrown away loyalty for a moment's thrill. I hope he's worth the ruin you've caused." Her defiance crumbled into desperation. She reached across the table, pleading now. "Please don't look at me like that. I still love you." But I didn't move. I didn't take her hand. I simply held her gaze, cold enough to make her shiver. For the first time in years, she realized I wasn't the man she could sway with guilt or charm anymore. The waiter came by, awkwardly sensing the tension. "Everything all right here?" he asked. I nodded calmly and requested the check. She looked at me, panicked, realizing I wasn't fighting for her. My silence, my refusal to beg, cut deeper than any argument ever could. When the bill arrived, I paid without hesitation. She whispered, "So, that's it? You're just done?" I met her eyes one last time. "No," I said coldly. "You ended us the moment you chose him. Tonight, I'm just accepting it." I stood and walked away, leaving her frozen at the table as her tears finally fell. As I stepped outside, I felt a strange freedom. The woman who thought she could break me with her confession had only destroyed herself against my silence. She wanted a scene. What she got was an ending. That night, I didn't lose a wife. I lost someone who had already been gone long before the truth came out. And in my calm response, she finally understood. I wasn't broken. I was finished.